Good afternoon, everyone. I am honored on behalf of the class of 2011, the 71st graduating class of Mount Aloysius College, to have the chance to speak to you all today. Members of the community, this afternoon you have the chance to witness the graduation of some amazing students. The class of 2011 boasts students from Pennsylvania, Tennessee, Connecticut, Virginia, Maryland, Colorado, and even Singapore. 2 students, both pre-physician assistance majors, were accepted into the physician assistant articulation at Chatham College. One of the pre-occupational therapy students was accepted into Boston University. Another member of the class of 2011 was accepted with a research assistantship at Duquesne University. 2 pre-occupational therapy students from the 3+2 program will soon be continuing their education at St. Francis University. Yet another student has earned a full 2-year fellowship to Philadelphia University, where she will begin work on a Master's of Science in Fashion Apparel Studies. In addition to these students who are continuing their education, this graduating class is made up of some individuals who are already ready to move into the professional world. There are students from the education program who have found employment at area school districts. There are criminology majors who are ready to enter the field of criminal justice. The class of 2011 also has nurses who will use what they learned at this fine college to care for patients. Graduating accounting students are finding careers in big-name companies. Finally, and probably most impressive, Charlie, who gave a fine introduction to this commencement ceremony, has quite the story of his own. He took a break from his own education to make sure his children got a college education. Now he has returned to fulfill his dream and receive the degree he so patiently waited for. Congratulations to all of you, my fellow students. Parents, friends, and members of the community, I believe that my fellow graduates deserve a round of applause. In addition to these accomplishments, the class of 2011 has had the chance to witness some great changes here at Mount Aloysius College. We have seen the construction of Macaulay Hall, which was built to provide housing for a growing resident population. This class has seen the transformation that has occurred from the renovation of Alumni Hall. Finally, the class of 2011 has had the opportunity to welcome President Thomas Foley to our community as the 13th president of Mount Aloysius College. Oh my, have things changed since freshman year. Now that I have had the chance to share with you some of the accomplishments and experiences of my fellow students, I would like to take the opportunity to share my story. Ask not what the world needs. Ask what makes you come alive. Then go do it. Because what the world needs is people who have come alive. These words were spoken by Howard Thurman, American author, philosopher, theologian, educator, and civil rights leader. In my opinion, truer words have never been spoken. Current statistics are showing that 50% of college students will change their major at least once before graduation, with some students changing several times. I myself fall into that category, and it's nice to know that I'm in good company. I began my college career under the impression that it was my goal in life to become an educator. Upon being accepted to Mount Aloysius College, I declared a double major in English and history and aimed for secondary education certification in both. If you look up the word ambitious in the dictionary, I'm pretty sure you'll see my picture. Everyone I spoke to, family and friends alike, believed that I had made the right decision. The world can always use more teachers, they would say. Although I had and still have a great interest in literature, grammar, and history, the main reason I chose to become a teacher was job security. The world can always use more teachers. As long as there are children on this earth, there have to be people to educate them. I was under the illusion that job security, and only job security, would make me happy. It didn't matter what I had to do as long as I knew I would have a place to work, because that meant getting a paycheck. In a society ruled by how thick our wallets are, who could disagree with that logic? To help supplement the cost of being a college student, things like late-night sheets runs and stuff like that, I took a work-study position in the college's marketing department. It was while working there that I realized what truly made me happy. I have always explored my creativity, dabbling in photography and graphic design, among other things. But these were hobbies and interests that I had to set aside when I began college. Working in the marketing department gave me the chance to pick them up again. I was given the opportunity to design T-shirts and posters for campus clubs and activities. I can honestly say that there's no greater rush than seeing something that you designed hanging on the wall or being worn on the back of another student. I quickly came to be known as the go-to girl when advertisement needed to be done. After seeing various examples of my work, a professor approached me to talk to me about my designs. The conversation began as usual. How long does it take you to make a poster? What program do you use to design your stuff? What else can you make? These are questions that I've been asked numerous times before. Toward the end of the conversation, this professor had noticed something that many of the others who came to talk to me have not. He said, "You really seem to light up when you talk about your designs." Then he asked the fateful question, one that I haven't heard before. Have you ever considered making a career out of this? Wow, what a question. To be honest, the thought never occurred to me. I took a few days to think about it. I weighed the pros and cons of turning my life in an entirely different direction. My passion for designing won out. I came to the conclusion that marketing and advertising are what make me come alive. This is what I'm meant to do for the rest of my life. So I made an appointment to speak with my advisor about changing my major, and at first she panicked. She wanted to make sure that I was making the right decision, and I assured her that I had taken the time to think about a major change, and I decided that happiness meant more to me than money. I filled out all of the paperwork and took my change of major slip to the appropriate people. Luckily, I didn't take myself too far away from my original major. I dropped the history major and no longer chose to seek certification for secondary education. From that moment on, I was an English major with my sights set on the realm of marketing and advertising. I can honestly say that I have no regrets. I am on the fast track to happiness in my future career. The students that make up the class of 2011 are not the only ones connected to Mount Aloysius College who have found what makes them come alive. This college was founded by individuals who discovered their passion. In 1853, the Sisters of Mercy made their way to the beautiful Laurel Highlands. They put the mission and values of the Mercy tradition into practice to establish this fine institution that we now call Mount Aloysius College. What these sisters have learned is that with these values held at one's core, you can easily find what makes you come alive. And the college has flourished to educate thousands of students who have learned the mercy values of mercy, justice, hospitality, and service so that others may find what make them come alive. Fellow students and members of the community, today I want the chance to help you just like the professor I mentioned earlier helped me. This is the part of my speech where I ask for a little audience participation. I want you to think about what makes you come alive. For some of you, it might be photography or music. For others, it might be numbers or writing. Whatever it is, I want you to think about it. Do you all have something? Good. Now I'm going to ask the million-dollar question. Have you ever considered making a career out of this? Now, if I asked that right, I should have just put you all on the path to career success. Audience participation isn't over yet. Now I want to ask you, how do you measure success? Do you measure it in the number of cars you wish to own? Is your success correlated to the figures on your paycheck? In today's world, too much of an emphasis is put on material things. How much money can I make? How much stuff can I buy? I want a 6-figure job so I can live in a mansion and drive a Lamborghini. That's what we're all supposed to aim for, right? Fellow students, I urge you to look forward to the more important things in life. Instead of asking about money and other material things, I challenge you to ask about happiness. Are you going to wake up every morning excited to go to work? I leave you all today to ponder these words from the American author Napoleon Hill. To be a star, you must shine your own light, follow your own path, and don't worry about the darkness, for that is when the star shines its brightest. Remember that you all, family, friends, and community members included, have at one time been taught to use what it is that makes you come alive in order to serve others. I invite you all to use your light. Pursue what makes you come alive, and one day you will be rewarded with the opportunity to share that passion with others for the benefit of all.